Hello, Mr. M.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Ike.
Uh,
Is Wildfire there?
yeah, Wildfire, I'm sure is joining. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Good morning. Oh, good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Mr. McMillan.
No, thank you. Thank you.
My colleague, Teacher Wildfire, do you want to greet our audience and our guests?
I thought you were doing the honors.
I'm giving you just this one opportunity to do it.
Is it? All right. Good afternoon to the viewers. Welcome to this our first broadcast of many to come, and I'm excited about this initiative. Building a community power is what we are looking at this afternoon, and we are joined by Mr. Mutuma Mwire also. From who is the chairman of the 1873 Network, Mr. Mwere. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. And obviously, my co-host, Kuda, aka King Kuda. And to those who are joining us via different social media platforms, we welcome you to this first episode in terms of looking at the strengths of community building, and in terms of how best we build these communities that can best serve us. Right. Over to you, Kuda.
Thank you much, Mr. Mawere. Thank you very much, Wildfire. We are expecting one more person who's going to join us in this broadcast. I'm sure he's going to join in a moment. But the reason, the agenda of this meeting or this broadcast is our topic is called building community power. So that's what we're trying to do. What we're trying to say is, who do we put our future in the hands of? Who do we look up to as a community for power and for growth and for ownership of our space and our environment and our future? Do we give it to the politics? Give it the support? You put it in your hands. I think the best answer is, if you want to be set, you got to bet on yourself. Hence, we are deciding to say, let's come together and let's see what is the best way we can build each other. What is the best way we can come together and pave a way that will be certain that our future is in good hands, and that being in our hands. Mr. Mawere, do you have anything to add with regards to that?
Yeah, no, thank you. I've shared the link to others, and the question of community is always a contentious one, because we don't have a shared understanding of what community is. When we talk of building community power, it starts with that one individual. And when you have two individuals, you already have a community.
Yeah.
Yes.
And two or more, it then allows us to plan, allows us to execute. So only last night we were planning about how best to provoke the thinking around problem solving, because we are a divided people, not just on the basis of religion, where you can get one being a Muslim, one being a Catholic, another being Jewish, but all sharing the same geography. And how do you then provoke the people who are divided by religion, divided by arguments, to think and act as if they have a shared interest in some outcome. So we start with just this show. What is it that we are trying to provoke?
Yes. I think what we are trying to do here and what we're trying to provoke is to charter a way that will allow us to have a certain, or maybe nothing is really certain, but a way that we have ownership of whatever outcome that we have with regards to our future. And because so many people, they leave it up to someone else. They leave it up to the hands of the politicians. They leave it up to the hands of the pastor. They leave it out to the hands of either their fathers or their teachers, their mentors. But I think the most certain way to do this would be to come together as a community, not looking at one as greater than the other, but to come on a sort of like level playing field and say, what do you have to contribute? What do you have to contribute? And how can we then come together and go forward and charter a more certain, future? So most of the time we look up to, in the countries we have people saying, if you go out right now and you ask someone who's poor, you ask them, why are you poor? Because the politicians are corrupt, or because so and so is in power, and if it was so and so, it could have been better. I think, Mr. Mawere, you come from a different school of thought to say your future and your well-being and whatever you want to do in your life is not in the hands of one political leader or one pastor or one man. The future, thing that you want in your reach.
Okay, that's interesting. On Wildfire side?
So for me, I think it's about finding synergies or ways of bringing together different people from different walks of life and different experiences, and then getting those people to sort of coexist, because I think we are individuals first before we can become a collective. So how do we sort of make our differences work together, and how best do we get to build these communities of shared understanding? We are on different platforms with people that are used to different kinds of content or different kinds of material. But then how do we create this community of shared content, and how do we create this shared content that would benefit me as an individual before it even benefits the second person? That is my take for now.
Yes, I think that's a very interesting question, Wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
I think the starting point from how with my uniqueness, with my different religion, with my different sexuality, or with my different political affiliation, how do I then, work with this world that I have in this world? Since this is the only world that I have, how do I then come together and work and be progressive in a world that's different, but yet not so different, because we are all people?
Mm-hmm.
So, if we look at just today, the fact that we are here it means it's a community of interest.
Yes.
We are here combined to be able to give the people out there a different view of how a community can be built and by whom. So yesterday we were talking to about a fourth person who is not here. Is Laxon in the know?
Not yet.
Yeah. So we had planned, and is Zim Celeb on the panel?
Kuda is Zim Celeb.
Unfortunately, Zim Celebs is...
Okay, go ahead.
We are not on Zim Celebs as yet. It's being rectified.
Yeah, they're working on it. I think it's a technical issue that's going on. Yeah.
All right. So if we say we have multiple platforms, it's like a highway with so many lanes. So we are streaming on StreamYard, which is a yard of streams. And those streams, when they are taken together, they become a community of streams. So effectively, you are reaching multiple audiences with one pipe, with one bridge. So that content then is spread to multiple places. So gone are the days where you had to go door to door and say, we have a show called Building Community Power, or Building Stream Power in this case. There are many streams that go mono. So either I am on Facebook and Facebook again alone.
Yeah.
But there are very few streams that allow you to be on YouTube, Periscope, LinkedIn, and the others at the same time. So this is a major development that is based on an understanding that common content can be streamed to other platforms. And we are doing it in order to improve the content and also inspire this idea of coming together. Whether it's a church, maybe Kuda, you can talk to the church. How are churches built? Have you ever seen a business plan of a church?
I would say that there is no business plan for church, according to my understanding. I think, as the word of God says, when two or more are gathered, there I will be with them. So if there's 2 people or 3 people gathered, of course it can grow to astronomical numbers. Some 10,000, some are 20,000. But even 2 or 3 people believing in one common God, that's a church.
And the business of the church is the congregation.
Yes.
And it's only built for the purpose of the members of that congregation.
Yes.
I've never seen a church of monkeys.
Yes.
With a pastor monkey.
Yes.
Only human beings do that. We have Signoro says, I'm loving the discussions. I would like to join and participate. I said, Signoro, be a member of the community so that those who are not members may find reason to belong.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
I do agree.
for somebody to be in a conversation, let's be members so that we can all participate in how we build strong institutions.
Yes.
That Kudak, Wildfire, who are in the profession, can be able to provoke us to pay for the highway. Whether we use toll gates, we use school fees, still, Signoro, money pays the bills. Money talks. So how do we bring this message if money cannot talk? Reminder, Mr. Mawere, I am a member. Okay, that's an interesting one, Signoro. Yesterday you're saying you're going to join, and today you say you have joined. That's a major achievement. So just send us the link so that we can publish, and like what the pastor, to encourage others to recognize that it's important to build highways of content, so that we can discuss as members, like Wildfire and Kuda, who said, because I'm a member, I want to have a member show, just to talk about what is possible when we come together as members. Imagine I'm a Muslim and I come to a Methodist church. Can anyone talk to that experience?
You are a Muslim, you come to a Catholic. I think those are two different beliefs, if I'm not mistaken. You know?
But
if you're a Muslim in a Methodist church, you would feel out of place, Mr. Mawere, because the hymns, the songs, the prayers, they are different from what you're accustomed to.
That's right. So you feel out of place, but you are in a community of human beings.
Yes.
But human beings agree to associate. And when they agree to associate, it's voluntary. But it means we can begin to talk about how we use radio, how we use TV, to be able to talk about the things that may be missing in our daily conversations. So I'm here, Mr. Signoro, as what? Has taken heed of this important identity issue, that I belong to a family I choose. The rest of the family members I don't choose.
Yes.
That's correct.
My payment is delayed, by the way. I'm not the only one who hasn't paid. I'm in the same league with some actively participating members here present who haven't paid. Natasha, the list is long. You are good at policing. In fact, we need you, Signor, to point to those who haven't, so that we have reason to remind them. So I think you're talking about the past. In this platform, everybody has paid. Could have paid only yesterday when he discovered that it's important to be part of the community. And you can talk to Kuda. Why would you pay when you're a broadcaster yourself? Why not just broadcast yourself?
There is a saying that says that there is strength in numbers. You could try to do it yourself, but you can only go to a certain distance. I think if you are in a community where there are other people we have traveled down that road before, and they are bringing. So it's a synergy of different experiences, whereby, you know, so and so has got experience in this, so and so has got experience in this, and if you have this group, you know, back in the day they used to call them the mastermind groups, and it was not easy to gain access to some of those groups. But then here we are saying that in this digital age, or in this information age, there is no need to be excluding other people. There is strength in numbers. Let's come together and let's do it together, because together we can make it work. I think that is the reason why I decided to then join and say, let me be part of this initiative, because it seems to be a good initiative and the direction is clear.
Are you part of any other online platform?
Yes, I'm part of an organization called Zimcelebs. I'm part of I do work with the national broadcaster, the South African national broadcaster, but that is more of behind the scenes, not in front of the camera.
But you have recognized that it's important even for Zimceleb for us to be able to work together, for people to see us together.
Yes.
And when they see us together, it means we all benefit from a cross-pollination of ideas. And Signor is raising an important issue. Mm-hmm. Should we pay to belong in this free age where I can enter and exit platforms? Is it necessary to have a funding model so that we can use the platforms to promote ideas that, if understood by all, can unite us into one? Not one is collapsing all of us into one personality, but that we may have a shared way of conducting our affairs, so that Masimba, who is looking for the link, he doesn't know that this link is only given to people who are interested in building community power. So if there's an interest in building community power, it means our power lies in the community. It means if I'm looking for a doctor, I'm looking for an architect, we showcase them so that broadcasters like Kudai and the Wildfire can be there to give space to those people. Mm-hmm. Because a doctor without a patient, what do you call that person, Wildfire?
A doctor without any patient. He's just another human being, just like me, you know.
And a witch doctor without a victim.
It's just a title holder.
Okay. A lawyer without problem. Imagine you live in a community where nobody causes problems. Everyone honors their contract.
Yeah.
Everything
I guess
happens.
You become as good as property or as equipment, you know, which doesn't have anyone to use.
Yeah. So Nkoma Masimba says, my bra, have you paid membership fee? What have you done? Then I hope that question is raised. The payment is delayed. I think Signor says, I want to talk because I'm a human being. And if you are in a country where nobody pays taxes, what kind of country would you call that, Kuda?
There's a term nowadays that is flying around called Banana Republic. I think that would be the right term to say. If you're in a country where no one pays taxes, then you might be in a Banana Republic.
It's called an animal kingdom.
Yes.
Where the law is the law.
Yeah.
Yes. And one thing to put it out there, Mr. Mawere, and make clear is that we are not trying to fleece people and taking their 600 rands. We are saying that come, let's be part of this community, and this community that has been established that we need to push and that we need to usher to other people. So this 600 rands, which equates to 50 rands. And for your own information, viewers, we are running a special right now whereby if you are paying 50 rands a month, that equates to 600 rands a year. But if you want to pay your money right now once off, we are running a special. We are going to be sending out flyers where you would pay only 500 rands. We'll give you 2 months free. But from this 50 rand a month, we would also give you 5 minutes of airtime on the 1873 FM platform. We would give you airtime on the C2C Connect group, and would also give you airtime on the Zim Celebs page. So that is for only 50 rands. You get advertised and reach a number of almost 1 million people, and those people would hear about you and what you're all about. So this 600 rands, it will really go a long way per year.
And
So
also,
then Mr. Signoro Mawere say, I think with due respect, may we not divert attention and create an agenda around my name. You are the agenda, Signoro, because it is only when we learn how to build institution, how Rome was built, that we can build a new Rome. I don't know if Kuda, you understand that logic.
I do. I think the strawman fallacy is what we're trying to run away from, and trying to pass the buck to say, so and so said this. I think when we are coming, like we are saying, we do have our names and we do have our history and our reputations, and we do have certain experiences that we have. But the good thing about building community power under the banner of C2C is that we are saying that we are all equal and we are all level. No matter who you are, come and let's be on one platform, and let's see how we can raise you despite your different levels in life, and be at an equal footing. And that way we can make progress as a country, and we can have this ownership and build a community that is powerful. I think that is the bottom line.
And it's nothing to do with Senior, no. Broadcasting, that is reality tested. And for us to come with a script and tell you that if you are part of this community, you go to heaven, you got a PIN number to go to heaven. Nobody is saying that. But what we are saying is that when we come together, create our own government, our own community, then nobody will be left sleeping and saying it's Kuda, it's Wildfire, it's Mawere's government. We are welcoming people with open arms. But
okay, I think there is an issue with Mr. Mawere's connectivity there. Okay, I think we've got, yeah. Yes,
hello,
Mr. Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. No, I'm saying is nobody is left in a bus. We are not saying come here and then we promise you benefits that you're not going to work for. And only this morning I was talking to somebody in the UK who said, Mr. Mawere, I'm in one of your groups. And this is what, do you want to see the message itself so that we talk to it?
Yeah, you could just read it out to us, Mr. Mawere.
Yeah, I can share it so that there are people who are suspicious that anything that is shared could be falsehood. So that we read it together and then we get a better understanding of what we are talking about. All right. Let me see the. Actually, the screen. Can you see it?
It's loading.
It's loading, yeah.
Is it? Can you see it?
Yes, I can. Yeah, it's visible on my side.
That at the top there, it's a +44. Which country is that?
That's the United Kingdom, yeah.
Okay. I think you are bang on. Is the only long-term solution. Maybe you want to expand. He's asking me to expand in a WhatsApp conversation. Then what is my response? Who is this? We have never met. My name is Joe Marema. It's my niece who added my number in your group. And have just been observing and monitoring the group's identity and direction. What do you learn from that? I just shared the invitation for this meeting. And that provoked somebody to inbox me.
To me, I think it tells me that there is a number of people who are willing to be a part of this initiative, even though there is not enough information. So I think broadcasts and podcasts like this, if we keep on doing them and if we keep on broadcasting and spreading the word, people need clarity. People need to know. They don't want to go blind, which is very justified, which is very much justified. I think you would want to walk into a dark space. And especially if you're putting your money forward, I think you want to know where this starts and where this ends and where it is going to take you as a person. So I think they really are justified in asking those questions. And asking those questions as well would help us know and how we can charter the way and what direction we need to take. Because without feedback...
Do you see how it's phrased? My niece who added my name in your WhatsApp group, in your group.
So already it's saying you are the owner of that group?
That's right.
Yes.
And they've just been observing and monitoring the group's identity. How does a group get identity?
A group doesn't get an identity, but individuals define and shape the identity of the group.
So this show is already defined by the people who participate in it. Right now, it's the three of us, including Senior, including Masimba. They are all part of it. And Masimba says, we thank you for taking the lead and creating this noble idea. Already saying I'm the creator when I didn't create anything. I believe these are issues of high interest to who? And we all have an equal opportunity to participate. Who says we have an equal opportunity in life to do anything? We make choices. And if we want to belong, we belong. And contribute even if we can without fear or favor. That is now called dictatorship of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Yes.
That I must contribute even if I don't pay. I must decide who is my president even if I don't pay for the government. Even if I'm in the diaspora, I must be counted. Even if I can't come and vote because of Corona. Yeah? That hear me because I was born in Zimbabwe.
Yes, I think that's a catch-22 situation. I think opportunity is earned; it's not awarded. You could you could be able to come and contribute, but then I think in order for your contribution to count, you need to be a part of that community. You cannot, like you're saying, for one good example, you said if you're a Muslim in a Christian or a Catholic church, you could come as a Muslim and contribute in a Catholic church, but whatever changes or whatever contributions that you might have proposed will not be taken seriously because you are not yet part of that Catholic church. So I think in order for you to contribute and for your point to be valid, you also probably need to be part of that community.
And that's a choice. If I choose to be outside it, then I cannot then claim the rights of those who are in it. How many people in the diaspora are behaving as if they're in Zimbabwe?
Yes.
Huh?
There's so many.
Mm-hmm. And what would cause somebody to be outside the kitchen and yet smell the food?
I think you bring me to the conversation that I had with Mr. Kurasvanda on Friday.
Yeah.
You are saying to me, you see, problem at the moment with these hashtags is hashtags don't vote. What votes are the people on the ground? Everybody else who is out there can say whatever it is they want to say, but if you are not hands-on, you are not on the ground, nothing is going to move. It will just remain on social media and it will always remain a hashtag. So you need to be on the ground. You need to be active. You need to be hands-on, you know.
But imagine I step on your toe in Japan. Then you claim in South Africa
that you stepped on my toes.
That I'm in pain.
Yeah. It doesn't.
I think we have, no matter, yes, we cannot separate ourselves from the politics that is around us, and politics is a part of us. But I think that has got nothing to do with prosperity and success. I think to a certain extent, how successful you are in life is dependent on your mindset and who you are as a person. How many people do we know who are in the UK right now, who've gone to the UK, where we know very well that it's democracy and there's really good governance? They're not in Africa, where we say that African countries, they're dictatorships. Those people, they're outside of the country, they're in the UK, they're in the first world countries, but they're still very, very poor. But when they went there, they thought that they are going to the land of milk and honey.
So it goes to show that we need to have a mindset shift when it comes to how we get involved in communities or in rebuilding our own country. We need to be on the ground, you know. You need to be hands-on. I think the example of I step on your toes in China, and then I come and complain in South Africa. Why didn't I do it at the moment it happened when I was in China? So yeah, I concur with what you're saying.
So here we are. We're just using Senior. This show really was about talking about us being part of a community and what kind of broadcasting we need to have, what kind of issues we need to propagate, solely for the purpose of using this platform as a way of provoking, inspiring, igniting positive thinking about problem solving. That when we are together, we can solve problems. Could I imagine you are the most handsome man in an island of Kuda only?
Then I will not be handsome. You just be the man.
Would you need to wear any clothes?
No,
Would you need a car?
no,
Would you need a computer?
no,
Would you need even to use your voice
not even.
and your ears?
Not
Would you
so.
need to
I
use your
think
ears? So why would the Creator give us ears, give us legs, give us eyes,
yes,
and He didn't intend for us to use them to see the beauty of the world through others?
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that speaks to a lot of us, and also that's very thought provoking to say, why do we have ears and a mouth and eyes, and why do we have 2 ears and 1 mouth? Someone says we've got 2 ears because we need to listen more and talk less. I don't know what you'd say about that, Mr. Mwere, but you're right to say we are having all these senses and all these facilities within us so that we can make use of them. We cannot. Yes, you can
So
go ahead.
when you listen to Kuda, it's a broadcasting voice. When you listen to Wildfire, it's a broadcasting voice. But who are we broadcasting to?
Mm.
Imagine we sit here and broadcast to millions of people, and they follow us, but you can't see them. Have you heard the show, Majozi's show? Is it John Cena
What, the
Yeah,
song,
the
the
song.
song.
Yes.
song?
Yes.
What does it say?
She's singing in Swahili, so I don't even know what it says.
But the
Unless
gist
you-
of
Yes, but I enjoy the song.
says you can't see me.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yes.
I think that's the gist of it. You can't see me.
People have eyes that can't see.
Yes.
Hmm? And
Quite
here we
a lot.
saying, guys, let's come together and stick to the plan of building. Today was just an intro, Signoro. I don't know whether the fact that you are excluded, we don't practice apartheid, but you are excluded in your own interest, so that you may join.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, oh, you wanted to play it.
And I could just a few seconds of it. So that those that don't know the song that you're talking to about is this is the song.
Cool when I used to come through, now you wanna act. Sure. Unajifanya hunioni, labda mimi John Cena. Ulinifanya mfungwa wako, labda mimi Madiba. Sina plan, sina cash, hata pesa mi sina. Endo manona nititi.
So yeah, that is the song. To those that don't know what Sam was talking about.
Senor says, Mr. Mawere, I don't believe you are a dictator or a director, as alluded by a number of people publicly here on our platform. However, your sentiments insinuate otherwise. That's now blackmail. Senor, I thought you were black. Why do you have to blackmail another black on a public platform where you are told what the platform is about. It's not our platform. We want to be able to get the broadcasters to be paid for the work they do. We want musicians, we want celebrities to be paid for the work they do. It takes a lot.
I think if you look at Facebook now, they've put up this star add-on where you are able to send stars, and those stars can actually be traded for money for whatever one is broadcasting. So it same applies with what Mr. M is saying, that look, platforms don't come free. The skills don't come for free. There has to be some sort of remuneration that goes on. And as an individual, if you become part of a community or part, let's use C2C, you are actually helping the skills behind, to sort of get paid or assist with the payment of the internet, repairs of the equipment that we are using. Kuda would tell you how expensive these things are. If one lens of a camera gets damaged, that's a whole lot of money. But you as a community member, when you pay, you're actually helping Kuda fix that lens that he uses to broadcast so that you gain knowledge. You help Wildfire pay for the internet that he'll be using to actually be able to come on air. So it's not all free, and you can never get a free platform anywhere. There is always costs that are involved, and there's somebody that has to bear those costs.
So yes. I think you have said it all, that at the end of the day, a subsistence farmer does not need a car.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere to go.
Yes.
But you need other people to build communities so that you can thrive. Mr. Mawere, you are contradicting yourself again. Not Signor. Let Signor speak for himself. I am not saying that you must not speak for yourself. No. Please don't get me wrong. I am saying speak on a platform that is free to air. But we have human beings like you who give up time. Look at Kuda's background. Isn't it nice?
Thank you, Mr. Mawere.
And it takes him seriously, but there's nothing in that background that is for free.
Yes.
And faith without work is dead.
Yes.
So we are not here to steal someone's time so that we may talk. Because we can talk anyway without limitation. But when we come together, let's come together for a purpose, so that those who have chosen to become members can enjoy their time and also provoke others. That all it takes is to be a member. As Kuda says, 50 Rand per month, surely. That is the cheapest entry fee, even to a gig. What is the average cost for the gigs before Corona?
It could be 300 rands for entrance, right? But then you are not going to partake in any of the delicacies after paying that 300 rand. You are not going to partake in any of the extra things, that is the drinks and the food and some of those things, the merchandise that might be sold inside. And just to reiterate, Mr. Mawere, I know I can see there are some people who've just joined us, but to those who are not there, we are saying that this 50 rand, it's going towards, a fund to repair equipment, to make this show possible, and to pay for the airtime and things like that. But also what we're saying is that 50 Rand would not go unnoticed. We would give you a platform and would give you 5, 10, 15 minutes on the platform to tell people who you are and what you are about. And that way, as the community grows, so you grow as well.
No, thank you. I think we are almost at the hour end. And I was going to provoke Wildfire and Kuda to complete this issue, then do a different show just to show the comedy, which is a reality show that deals with the Zimbabwe we want.
Yes.
Just to talk, I want Kuda to pretend to be Chamisa or Mnangagwa.
Yes.
And I pretend to be the other. And
yes.
we are having a conversation about the demo of 31st July. Then
yes.
Wildfire, you can chair that meeting so that we have two views and see how far apart we are in the same community, in the same country.
Yes.
Okay. I'm for that. Maybe before we wrap this one up, I would like to engage Signor. Says no, Wildfire, you are insinuate. What you are insinuating is damaging. Who doesn't understand that the backbone of any organization is financial? It's common knowledge, so there is no need to overrate that. I believe we're all interpreters here. Some are on the road to join the league. I don't know if I insinuated anything or I directed my last comment regarding why one should pay. I was pointing it out that it is very important for all of us to play our part, in a community. So my comment wasn't targeted at you, So yeah.
No. Also, imagine you're on the road to sex. What does that mean?
Okay.
No, I think Wildfire, what you said with regards to payment is one of the examples. Our apologies, Signoro, if it came to you the other way. But what Wildfire is alluding to is an example of some of the things that the money might be used for, some of the membership. But then there's more to gain, because remember, we are here, sitting here with Mr. Mawere, who's got this fountain of context and knowledge. And in order for us to access that, you need to show your commitment. There's a saying that says, put your money where your mouth is. And also, we wouldn't want to just open the door and allow anyone to come, and then that way we could allow even other people with other hidden agendas or other ulterior motives to come and be within us. So I think it would be fair, or it would be reasonable to ask some sort of commitment fee, because that would then prove the seriousness of that individual to say, here is my money, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I would like to be part of this initiative. And, by so doing, paying 50 Rand and getting access to all these advantages and all these facilities that we've alluded to, I think 50 Rand would not even repair a broken microphone. Wildfire's microphone, for example, is a 10,000 Rand microphone. And it was just an example. It would not be fixed by that amount of money, but it was just an example. I think that is the logic, and that is how it works. And also, there's so much to gain from memberships and also being a part of this mastermind group. It's not only you coming and advertising your business, but you get context. Right now, Signor, you can inbox me and say, Kuda, I heard that you're a broadcaster and I've got this that I would like to start broadcasting. How do I go about it? Now that we know each other and we are in this group and we are in this community that we've built, I will be open to helping you. And if there's a doctor in our group and I have a certain ailment, I know who to call first, Please tell me what's going on. I seem to be having these symptoms. Could it be COVID? And then the doctor will tell me, no, it's just a common cold. There's an outbreak. So I think those are some of the things that we are going to benefit by being a part of this group. It's not only you paying and gaining nothing, but actually at the end of the day, you might even say, guys, the 50 Rand is too little. We need to push it because I'm gaining so much from this group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think also it's the reason why I think a lot of platforms are now going to that idea of pay-per-view. Okay. I wouldn't want to be here and spend an hour for nothing. Maybe the next broadcast that we'll do, you might see that it says you click here to access the broadcast and it redirects you to a payment platform. I would rather have 5 people watching a broadcast that they've paid for, because everything that we do comes as a cost. But you find somebody that wants to ride it for free and want to talk about things that are not relevant to that conversation. So let's put our money where our mouth is at. That's my take.
So thank you very much. I think we will break and then come back with just the Zimbabwean conundrum, Chamisa versus Mnangagwa. We can never be them, but we just pretend to be them and put the arguments for and against the Zimbabwean problem. Why can't we find each other? If it was the 2 men, the 2 elephants, what is it that we're talking about? So it is just a community project that let's bring cohesion, let's make our minds meet, whether it's on Hopewell or whether it's on Gary Vume or whether it's South Africa. What should South Africa do? And let's have a conversation between President Ramaphosa and President Mnangagwa. Mm-hmm. What is it that they can talk about? And in so doing, we make humor out of things that people take seriously and kill each other for.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So okay.
Thank you, Mr. M. Kuda, thank you so much. Signoro, thank you.
Thank you very much to our viewers. Thank you very much to Mr. Mawera and Wildfire DJ. Let's sit down again and chatter away and see how we can build a community that is powerful. Thank you, guys. Thank you to our viewers. We love you and we believe in you. Thank you.